time to find out, can you beat Fallout New Vegas as a Bright Follower? For the rules of the challenge, I'm only allowed to wear Bright Follower outfit and use Bright Follower weapons, which includes the plasma pistol, plasma rifle, and those are the only ones I care about. So, let's get started. I picked my name to be Glow, and then I changed my gender to female because, well, I haven't been a female in New Vegas for a long time, and girl power and all that. Also, you can't really be a ghoul unless you use mods, and I'm using the Xbox version, so I have to get the Steam version to get mods, and I don't feel like doing that. I then set up my stats for a pretty focused plasma rifle build. I picked energy weapons, medicine, and sneak. After that, I then choose my special skills. I chose Wild Wasteland, and that's about it, so I can get freaky. Then, I picked Hardcore mode, because I ain't a little B-word. After that, I checked the difficulty and made sure it was on very hard, because, well, we're very hardcore on this channel, that's right. Also, throughout this entire run, my armor's going to be like nothing, so I am very scared for that. That's also why I picked Sneak. After that, I listened to an argument, then I went and talked to the bartender, and she told me about the powder gangers, and we decided we're going to help defend the town. So, I then go to Rango, and Rango tells me what I need to do, and that we need to rally the town against the powder gangers, because they're after Rango. After that, I ride and then hid in a wagon, and let them do most of the fighting for me. After the battle was finally over, it did take quite a while me just hiding here. Yeah, the powder gangers put up quite a fight. Usually it's like over in like a few minutes, but this time they were a lot stronger, probably because I'm on very hard. After that, I then leave, go through the Scorpion Valley to skip past most of the main story. Don't worry, I'll go back and do it, but for now, we need to get the Bright Followers outfit and their weapons. As now it's time to travel to the Bright Followers and hope that a bunch of crazy ghouls don't kill me. I even found a laser pistol and some new weapons and items, which is nice. After that, I got to check it out by using on ghouls. It was alright. My stats weren't super high in energy weapons, so it didn't do a lot of damage, but it was enough for the early game. As then I went in and got yelled at by a human who thinks he's a ghoul, so basically someone like me, and found a plasma pistol. The plasma pistol is just a slight upgrade from a laser pistol. I mean, it's slower, but it does more damage, so I feel like that's worth it in the long run. And then I go in and talk to James Bright, who is basically my leader. After talking to James Bright, he told me to deal with the demons in the basement, who are just Nightkin. And the Nightkin tell me they're looking for stealth boys, and once they find them, they'll leave. So I kill a heretic who's guarding the stealth boys. But I go to the computer and find out that the stealth boys were actually recalled, and they were sent here by mistake. So then, I go to the leader and the demons and leave after me talking to them. Maybe it'll be more fitting for me to kill them all, but I don't feel like fighting a bunch of Nightkins on very hard difficulty survival very early on, so screw you. As then I go to Chris Henderson, and he tells me that I need to get supplies for the rockets, because now we're going off into space. So that's exactly what I do, and I even fight a gecko along the way, and my plasma pistol absolutely just destroys him. I mean, he's just a low-level gecko, not a fire gecko. Those things are tough. After that, I then kill an old lady to take her in control thrust module. So, yeah. And then get eaten alive by dogs, which is always a nice thing. You might be thinking, isn't this something a Bright Follower wouldn't do? Maybe, but I'm doing it for the cause. As then, I launch all the rockets, and we go off into space. But sadly, I'm stuck here. So then I go to New Vegas and talk to the Kings, because I want to get to the Strip as early as possible. After talking to the Kings, I decided to do their quest. You can just skip the part of the quest by killing the mercenary instead of hiring him. But, yeah, he is tough. Surprisingly, a man in metal armor is tougher than a person in a robe, believe it or not. But eventually, after using some VATS, I was able to kill him. And then I go back to the King and tell him what I did. And he's impressed, so then he sends me off away to investigate the NCR incident. After that, I then went to investigate, and there's actually a way to do this very cheaply. What you're supposed to do is find out that the NCR did it, but it was an accident. But what you could do is just find the NCR handing out food and murder them all, and that completes the quest. And that's exactly what I do. Also, if you attack the NCR, Mr. House, if you side with him, leaves the kings alone. But if you side with them with the kings, Mr. House destroys them. So yeah, just letting you know, if you're doing a Mr. House run, if you want to keep the kings alive, you got to have them destroy the NCR. But yep, that's exactly what I did. And then the kings gave me a favor, and I used to get into the strip. Maybe I could just use it to get money, and then get in the strip another way, because there's lots of other ways to get in, but I decided just to waltz on in that way. As then I met with Benny, and I used the Black Widow perk, because I have never used it on Benny, to have some fun. Just because I'm a ghoul doesn't mean I can't party. I mean, have you seen Hancock? After that, I then murder him in his sleep. I don't know what the group says about lovemaking. They've never, stated it, so we're just going to assume it's fine. After that, I get the platinum chip, and then I go back to do some quests back in the early game, as I go to Prim to try to get them a brand new sheriff. And by get them a brand new sheriff, I mean just run in with a bunch of stim packs as I'm getting shot and hope that I don't die. And yeah, it is very hectic. Deputy does not survive. Oh well, after finding the note on Deputy Bugle, I then run out of the building like it's on fire, which that guy is a flamethrower, so I guess it literally is on fire. Then I go to the powder gangers and talk to the old sheriff, who was in jail, because apparently he wasn't the most clean sheriff. As now, law is finally brought back to Prim. Even though the sheriff is shady as hell, it still equals law. As then I convince the NCR to pardon him, as he takes over Prim and brings back law and order and justice and all that stuff. As then I talk to Mr. House, and he is discussing that I slept with Benny, but he sends me on my merry way because he needs me. After that, I watch his show in the basement where he was able to upgrade all of his Securitrons. Then I go to Lieutenant Morse, probably butchering that name, as he tells me he's held up with some Great Khans. So then I use my speech to convince the Great Khans to let the NCR hostages go, and then I tell the NCR to let the Great Khans go to honor the deal, and they both simply walk out. After that, I meet up with Quartermaster Barden in the Hoover Dam, and that's where I got most of my energy cells for this run. And then I go talk to Caesar, who's impressed with everything I've done. So then I go talk to Mr. House, who Caesar wants me to destroy everything in the bunker, but Mr. House wants me to turn everything on. So I decided to turn it on because that's just the type of girl I am. As then I go forward and destroy the robots one by one and get radiation sickness. As I have to take things very slow because I am wearing a literal robe. Too much damage and I will die. Luckily I take less damage than VATS, which I didn't really know until I'd done this playthrough. You learn something new every day. As I simply hide back and try to shoot them from behind. Taking them all on, except for this one, who I need to get in the room to actually shoot. So I simply try to use hit and run tactics to wipe it out, but it does not work and I die. Eventually though, I'm able to destroy the turrets and turn on everything. Turn on the Securitron under the fort, being ready to activate for the Battle of Hoover Dam. After that, I go back to Mr. House and he is happy with what I've done. So then he tells me to go to the boomers, which I die easily against. But eventually, I'm able to make it. Nope, I die. I've never died making it to that house, so I don't know what the hell that was. I die quite a few times. But eventually, I learned that you could just walk up to this house, so that's what I do. Yes, I played the games a million times, and I forgot that. Get off my back, commenters. I know you're going to comment it down below. Anyway, then I talked to Pearl, and decide to help out the boomers, and I help them out by listening to their history and saying kind words, which somehow helps them. I never understood that in the game, but hey, it works, so we're just gonna go with it. As now they accepted me because I kissed their ass, basically. After that, I then go to Kel, I think. I'm terrible with names. As then she tells me to wipe out the ants, but they have this thing where if you use energy weapons, they blow the hell up. And I have to use energy weapons for this run, so yeah. They blow up. But luckily, I got a plasma rifle now, so that does more damage, and I can just stay away and shoot them from afar, because the explosion isn't really too big. Most of the time. Sometimes it's just really big out of nowhere, which I do not understand. But we'll cross to that road when we come to it. As I try to stay away, as I simply shoot them all down, until I can finally turn on the power. After killing the ants and turn on the power, I then come back, and I did the job well. After that, it's time to become a real doctor, as in I save some boomers' lives who are in the medical bay. After using my high medicine to save all their lives, I finally am high enough with the boomers' reputation to help them out. So then I put balloons on this bomber that's been falling in the river. I don't know how it's not rusted away by now. I mean, is a few hundred years enough to rust it where it won't work? I mean, I know they're trying to fix it up, but I feel like, okay, just enough, I guess. After I bring up the flyer, Pearl is excited, and she agrees to help us out. As then I tell Mr. House we got the boomers on our side. Mr. House is pleased, as then I investigate the Omertas, because Mr. House thinks they're planning to go against him. Little does he know he's actually right. As in, I steal a book and use it to blackmail Kashino so he can help me. Then, I wipe out someone who's going to help them out in their plans. That's right, he's not even worthy of me mentioning his name. Not because I forgot and I'm too lazy to look it up. No, that's not it at all. As then, I meet up with Troy, who tells me what's going on, as I finally go and meet Big Saul and get him out of his contract. Since he's out of his contract, he'll help me destroy the weapons, because the Omertas are trying to give weapons to Caesar's Legion and use the strip. But obviously, we can't let that happen. So then we destroy all the weapons, and a bright light appears in front of my face. Luckily for me, I'm able to follow it. That joke isn't even funny. I don't know why I said that. And then, after making a terrible joke for myself, we take out a Big Saul and the leader of the Omertas, and I am killed about instantly. The second time, I hide behind a desk for cover and use VATS to hit someone in the head, as I'm able to absolutely melt them and wipe them out. After destroying the Omertas, the quest was finished, and it was time for me to wipe out the Brotherhood of Steel. Luckily, I have high sneak though, so I have a plan. My plan is to get Veronica and use her to get in the bunker, then steal the key cards, blow everything up, and use a stealth boy to get the hell out of there without being seen. That's my plan anyway. I had to use a stealth boy not to be seen because the Elder has like 2 men watching them all the time. So then I had to hurry and steal all the key cards that I could. Now that I'm hidden, hopefully they won't go after me. I don't know if they automatically know where you are after you destroy it or not though. So it's time to find out, as then I destroyed the bunker. It's kind of funny how you can just go and pickpocket them all and to destroy it easily. But yeah, I am able to sneak past them all, but then my stealth boy runs out, so then I just book it. Luckily for me, I am almost out of there, so I'm able to leave. After destroying the Brotherhood bunker, I then go to Mr. House, and it's time to protect the president. As I meet up with an NCR ranger, as he asks if I'm ready. I could just investigate, but honestly, it's really easy. So I just say I'm ready, go to the rooftop, and find a Legion sniper, as I'm able to blast the sniper down. The sniper does kill me the first time, because getting shot with the sniper rifle in the face is apparently that kills you. I don't know if you know that. But the second time I was able to shoot him and stagger him so he couldn't hit me, and I was able to kill him. As then I reported in the radio that he was found. Now, just because I can, honestly, there's no real reason for it, I decided to help out the Great Khans, because why not? They're a major faction and they deserve some love. As I go to Papa Khan and tell him to break his alliance with Caesar, but he throws a fit and tells me no. Luckily for me though, I got the slave book last time I was in Caesar's camp, so I was able to use it to convince Reggie not to join the Legion. I then used my speech to get Carl to talk bad about the Great Khans, saying that the legionaries could easily use them, and he is wiped out in seconds. After that, I go to Jack and use my speech to tell him what will happen to him and his lady friend if he continues on his pass. As then I turn invisible and sneak past all the Deathclaws, hoping that I don't die. Because for some reason, there's a Great Khan camps in Deathclaw Valley. Well, how did they get there? Why are they there? I don't know, but they are. As then I talk her out of it, meet up with Papa Khan, and tell him that he needs to find his own destiny. So he leaves the area. As then I go into the El Dorado substation and send all the power to Securitrons below the fort. As then I say, yes, I am ready for the Battle of Hoover Dam, which is one of my favorite scenes in all of Fallout, because it actually feels like a real battle with two massive armies fighting each other. I hope we get more big nations. I know the point is like everyone's trying to survive, but I want more nations like the NCR and Caesar's Legion in Fallout. I hope in Fallout 5 we get more of a nation role. Anyway, I was then able to use my speech to get to the center of the dam and talk to Mr. House after I insert him in the dam. Then he tells me I need to flip a switch, then he can turn on all the Securitrons, and we can push our way through the fort. So that's exactly what I do as I kill some Caesar's Legion men along the way. Luckily for me, the ones in the dam aren't too strong, so I'm able just to zap past them. As then I go on and convert all the power of the dam to Mr. House, and then I go up to the dam and begin to fight some legionaries. Now these guys do lots and lots of damage, about 1 or 2 hits and I'm dead, so I have to be very, very careful. Luckily, I do take less damage in VATS, so that pretty much saved me. But I did almost die with 1 health. As then I talked to Lake Atlanteus, and I was tempted just to talk him out of fighting to be different, but I know if I did, everyone would whine, so I convinced him to fight me in a 1v1. As then I use this trick called the high ground, where he'll pull out a tiny little pistol and shoot at you, and you try to zap him down. Sometimes he will be able to climb this hill, but most of the time he can't. And sometimes he will run away, so this is very, very tedious, more than anything, but this is the best way to fight the Legate. Convince him to fight one-on-one, and then use the high ground to your advantage. And use VATS whenever you can to shoot him in the face. As I'm able to slowly, very slowly damage him until he learns how to climb. After learning how to climb, I then continue to shoot him down. As 1 hit and I'm dead, but he's so close to dying, so this is a battle of death and life, but eventually I'm able to kill him. As then I go to General Oliver and use my speech to talk him out because he's just a little wuss and I have 1 health and don't feel like dealing with him. As then I go to Mr. House and he says I did a good job and I prove once and for all you could beat Fallout New Vegas as a bright follower. Love you all. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe.